Hey everyone, my name is Clement. Most people just call me Clem. Professionally, I'm a financial planner, but I'm also a father of two, a husband to one, and an educator to many. I spend my days educating people like yourselves on the complex world of personal finances. If being a parent has taught me anything, it's that kids like to do what the parents do. That's why I think financial responsibility is something that needs to be taught and learned at a young age. Think about this. If parents enjoyed spending money on expensive cars, bags, and jewelry, then chances are their children are going to convince themselves that it's okay to have a $50,000 car as their first vehicle at the age of 16, and that it's also okay to wear a $5,000 Gucci bag to high school. That's why I've compiled this list of things you and your kids can do to learn to be financially responsible. Hack number 1 is budgeting. With money being such a sensitive topic to discuss in today's society, it's more important than ever for people to learn to be aware of their personal budgets. Consider earmarking these amounts, if possible, to your monthly costs. Have 30% allocated to fixed living and housing costs. Now, of course, this number could be closer to 40 to 45%, depending on where you live. Try and allocate around 25% to savings. Remember this, a 20-year-old could save $260 per month and be a millionaire when they reach retirement. Have about 20, maybe even 10% allocated to groceries, and 25% to entertainment and other expenses. Of course, this is a very basic form of a budget, but nonetheless, having guidelines to start and become aware of your living expenses are absolutely key to financial responsibility. Hack number 2, compare the cost of things to a benchmark. Whenever I consider purchasing something, I always compare the cost of the item to the cost of something I value a lot. For me, it's Tesla stock. So now, whenever I go buy anything, new clothes, shoes, new iPhone maybe, or even a new laptop, I end up looking at them and saying, Clement, how many shares of Tesla could I have bought with this amount of money? This triggers the question of, should I even buy this? Or should I just buy more Tesla stock instead? Now, of course, there are certain necessities in life that you need to buy in order to live. Things like food, utilities, and diapers. But when it comes to everything else, I'd rather Tesla stock. Hack number 3, being disciplined in spendings. Did you know that all grocery stores and retail stores are structured in a way to make you buy more than what you actually need? Once you enter a store, you're hit with things like deals of the week and 50% off sales. When you make it past all these banners, you realize the thing that you actually need to buy is at the back of the store, hidden behind all the other things that you didn't intend to buy. Once you make it to the back of the store to get your jug of milk or block of cheese, you end up walking back towards the checkout area when they hit you another time with the final point of sale rack to upsell you one last time on things like gum and candy. Being disciplined in spending is also key to financial responsibility. This means buying what you need and not what you want. Some ways I would go about this would be like going to a grocery store with a set grocery list. Or go to the mall for a specific reason, not so you can loiter around and look at stuff all the time. One way that really works for me is going into a car dealership with a budget that is set in stone. And lastly, if you really, really want to buy that shiny new cooking set for $500, just remember, you could buy a share of Tesla instead. Hack number 4, invest, invest, invest. Remember how I said that you should save 25% of your income? Well, here's what you should do with the savings outside of investing in Tesla. Set up an account at a discount brokerage. This could be a cash account, a tax-free savings account, or an RSP. We'll talk about this in another video. You can use providers like Questrade or Wealthsimple for Canadians. You can then set up a monthly contribution equal to 25% of your income on the day that you receive your paychecks. This is the strategy that they call paying yourself first. Once you receive your paycheck, you have the funds drawn out of your account immediately, so you don't even get to see it. And lastly, the most passive way to invest in the market and continue to achieve relatively consistent returns is to invest into XUU. This is the BlackRock US Total Market Index. By investing regularly, you reduce your risk of trying to time the market. So when prices are high, you end up buying fewer units of the shares that you are purchasing. And when prices are low, you end up buying more units of these shares. This also allows you to maintain a consistent investment strategy where you will continue to participate in the stock market growth on a long-term basis. Generally speaking, this piece of advice will allow most people to succeed in saving for retirement. Lastly, hack number 5 is to learn to create a relationship with your debt. A lot of people hate debt. However, I tell my clients to instead build a relationship with debt and learn to understand it better. Here's an analogy for you. Fire can be used to burn and to hurt other people. However, when it is used in the right way, it can also make plenty of delicious food. The same can be said about debt. Understanding that paying off a credit card before the end of the month results in no interest being charged. This means you can take advantage of your 3 or 2 or 1% cash back and still have the whole balance paid off without being charged any interest on the card. Being knowledgeable enough to use debt as a means to leverage your investment in real estate is also a very smart move. Another thing that you can use in order to leverage yourself and become successful in using debt to grow your real estate investment strategies. Lastly, understanding that having the flexibility to make additional payments against your debt actually outweighs the interest rate that everyone seems to be so focused on in their regular mortgage transactions. All of this requires you to understand your debt rather than always antagonizing it as a terrible tool for capitalism. Being responsible for your financial situation can be a scary endeavor. However, as we move through the changes of our current society, it's become super important to educate yourself in the world of personal finances and to create good habits that allow you to save and invest consistently. Remember, guys, save money, compare everything to Tesla stock, invest regularly, and create a relationship with debt. Do this, and I promise you will see success in your financial life. Thanks, everyone. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos.